Hi, this is Lorraine, and if you'll give me just a minute to clear, center, and balance my energy, we can get started. Okay, so I don't want to say that a lot of information didn't come in, but I would say more a lot of the same information came in. And so the number sequence 3, 4, 5, 7, 7 came in again. And like I said, a lot of times the messages have many meanings. And so over this last week, I started to kind of discern the different meanings or messages in that number sequence. Additionally, last week I talked about, what was it I said? People linked by destiny will always find each other. That was from last week. That's another thing that kept coming in this week. So I guess I'll just start with the number sequence. 3, 4, 5, 7, 7. So the 6 is missing. I think I would say because it's June, we're talking months, June, which is where we are now, would be an uneventful month. Let's just put it that way. So it's not marked. July has been coming in for me since December or January as a pivotal month for me personally, as a transitional month. That could be energetically, and it can be physical, a physical move, because I mentioned in the last video that I felt like I was being moved and transitioned out of where I'm currently living. But 2 sevens means my feeling is it's that there are multiple events that are going to take place. It can be globally, but it can, for me personally, I think there's going to be multiple events happening. And so this 6th month, June, is going to be a calmer month for me. And so during my meditation today, when I was connecting, as soon as I closed my eyes, the sky opened up, and a man looked down at me from the sky. It was completely blue sky, and I guess you could say it was clouds around the edges, and he was looking over the edge of the clouds. And immediately what came to mind is Jesus. And so you don't have to be from a religious background. Jesus doesn't have to mean Jesus. It just needs to mean a profoundly spiritual energy. So don't label it. I also had that Kierkegaard quote from last week that I don't remember, can't memorize the whole thing, or haven't memorized it. I always miss a part of it, so I like to read it. If you name me, you negate me. By giving me a name, label, you negate all the other things I could possibly be. So let's not label this man as Jesus. It's a symbol. He's a symbol of a profound spiritual energy. And the feeling that came to me as I saw him looking down was an exchange of energy. So right now there is an exchange of energy happening. A really profound exchange of energy happening. And this exchange is what's going to cause the transitions, whatever's going to happen in July, because there's going to be a lot of shifting in July. But right now what's happening is everything's getting put into place. And so as I say that, when I was clearing my energy in the beginning of the video, the raptors came in, the beings in the water came in, but then the summer triangle came in, all those energies, and the message was, we are unified and we support you. We support this world. So there is a unifying force that has been happening, but as this week happened, all the messages tell me there is a convergence happening, okay? There is a profound convergence happening. And today I knew I had to do a video, but I had no idea what it was going to be about because I didn't take a lot of notes. I didn't do a lot of writing in my journal. And so I knew this video would be more about in the moment, having information come to me as I speak. So there is a convergence that is happening right now. This exchange of energy that's happening is a catalyst, or it is moving it forward faster. This negative polarity, this negative energy that's been very pervasive up to this point, really is at it's on its last leg. Like, it comes in and it tries to influence me, but it's almost like a balloon losing air. It does not have any footing at all anymore. It's almost done. That being said, I had a lot of sadness these last few days, because what that means is truly the door is closing. So those who are ready to transcend will transcend, and the others will be given an opportunity later to transcend, but they will not be transcending on Mother Earth. So that makes me sad, but it makes me very happy for the people who will transcend. And so this message, I know this is true because I have one door closing in my life and another door opening. And so I think in many ways my life is a microcosm for what's going on. My place where I work during the day is a microcosm for what's going on the planet. So I see all these parallels in my life for what's going on the planet. So as I see this one door closing and another door opening, I feel very strongly that that is true for the planet. So there is a door of opportunity closing, but another door of opportunity is opening for those who are ready to transcend. So people who are linked by destiny, that observation, this week I've been watching random shows, and every single show has people coming together to fulfill a purpose. And I don't know, these are random shows. I'm not like, I don't know what the storyline is. I just turn it on and I start watching it. And in the end, people are coming together to fulfill a goal. And so what that tells me is, as I transition, as I move from this place to the next, those people I am destined to cross paths with will cross my path. And I have in my notebook, all the pieces are coming together. Destinies, people, events are converging. Also, I looked back in my journals and I was looking at dates, and at the beginning of COVID, I told a friend of mine, I said tribulation's supposed to last 7 years. That's what people guess based on the markers and the information in the Bible. And I'm like, how do you know that? And how do you know when the 7 years begins? And I had 3 messages that came in this week that said we're at the 7th year, 4th month. Or 7th year around 1st to 4th month. I shouldn't say definitively, but it was around, it's definitely the 7th year between the 1st and 4th month. And then if you think about July being the 7th month, that's another synchronicity. So the synchronicities are lining up. And again, for those who are ready to transition, that's great. For those who are not, it makes me just very sad. The Raptor, the Shaman, the spiritual leader among the Raptors, he's always around these days. He's very strong in my space. And I noticed the other day, he's much, much, much older than Sebastian and the ambassador. I'm not really sure what their life cycles are, to be honest. I'm not sure how long their lives are, how many years. But this is a very old, ancient energy. Ancient energy. Many lifetimes as a shaman, many lifetimes as a healer on many worlds. And the beings in the water, although they work with him, they defer to him, which I think is very interesting, because I think spiritually, physically, I think they have existed longer in the universe, not on Earth, but in the universe. And they defer to this shaman. So I think this energy, this soul that resides within this body is ancient. And so they defer to his authority, his experience, his wisdom, his energy field, and they follow his lead. And he just did this, he just bowed to me. That was in gratitude, that was in an affirmation, and it was in observance of their customs. So I didn't think this video was going to be very long, but I am going to, just because the greatest message was destinies will meet, convergence is happening. Those are the two big things, that exchange of energy, convergence, and destinies meeting are the big messages this week. But I also felt like I just needed to sit with and channel and just see who or what comes to me, send those messages in the moment, and then move on. So I'm just going to sit here for a minute and see what comes. So first, there is a very personal message for me. from the Raptor Shaman. And he was standing straight in front of me. And then all the beings from the summer triangle merged with him into one, and then he merged into me. And so as I sit here, I see the light of creation. So there's a light coming down and there's a light surrounding me. That white, bright light. And then all on the outer edge of that white light, so it's coming down and it's surrounding me, is the negative polarity. So I have all this negative energy. If you want to say the word demons, you can say demons. However you want to refer to that negative energy, it's all along the outer edge of that white light of creation. And this is just a physical manifestation of the yin and the yang, the positive and the negative, the light and the dark. So I wouldn't call it a psychic attack. I wouldn't call it any kind of, it's information. It's pure information. It has nothing to do with fear, insecurity, anything like that. It is just a physical manifestation of the positive and the negative, the light and the dark. And so that construct falls away. And then I see the pixelating or halftones, these the reality is falling away. That reality is falling away. Oh, okay. So what they're showing me is the positive and the negative polarity. That reality, that part of this universe is beginning to fall away from this planet. Now, we're not going to see that right now because there's still negative polarity, negative energy manifesting itself on this world, but it is falling away. And so it's already met its strongest point. It's already been at its strongest point. And so it's dissipating. We may see some moments of like bursts, like bombs, let's just say, of negative energy that are going off, but this energy was trying to overtake the whole planet and hold Mother Earth at this lower vibration. That's not going to happen, but still, as it fights, we might see little bursts of it on different parts of the planet, but it is not strong enough to overtake the whole planet. It's falling away. And so I see all these soldiers, and they're taking a knee. They're on one knee and they have their heads down. They're just bowing. They're not Earth. So these would be secret space program. These are soldiers out in space right now, in our solar system. I'm fairly certain. I feel like they have been at battle, and I feel like they have a reprieve, and I feel like they are aware of the energetic battle that's going on. And so we have a lot of positive energy, love and light energy coming in from the universe. And so that energy has to be channeled and directed. And so from Earth and from me and people like me, we bring that energy in and we channel it and direct it in support of Mother Earth and this transition. And when we do that, that fortifies this world and everything connected to it. So these energies, these soldiers that are fighting to try to protect Earth and prevent this negative polarity from making it, coming and making it to Earth, they are aware of that support that they're getting, and they are showing gratitude. That's what's coming to me. And so I know someone who has been, who doesn't know it, but he has been in the secret space program, military. And that part of himself that is still out is doing a happy dance, which is kind of funny. I don't know why it's funny. It looks funny, I guess, and it's so completely not his personality to do a happy dance. But he is doing a happy dance. He's saying, "You got it." That's all he's saying. That's his way of saying, "You got it." He comes in a lot telepathically. This has been coming in for a while. I would say about a year. Part of this reptilian negative polarity that actually came to this world and was part of this oppression, a faction of that has broken off and is allowing itself to transition. It's allowing its vibration to rise so it can transcend, which is pretty neat. It's a hybrid section. It's a hybrid group. Still part of that, but they're a hybrid group that was created for something specific. But they've still been around for a long time, but they have chosen to transcend. And so I see a very high dimensional reptilian who has transcended way past where, ninth, 10th density, way up there, who's manifesting himself, and he's supporting and showing gratitude for the awakening that they have gone through. I think that's very cool to have that happen and to actually witness that. And I see yellow and white light being directed to those individuals, those reptilian individuals, in support. And then I see the other reptilians who have chosen to just leave Earth and go somewhere else, kind of licking their wounds. And what just came in is a lot of this yin-yang on Earth. The positive and the negative polar energies on Earth are coming together. And so positive and negative doesn't always mean angels and demons, right? So light and dark work together here on Earth. We need sun and we need darkness, right, for our world to be in balance. We need hot and we need cold, right? We need these things. And so what I'm seeing is this yin-yang, positive, negative, light and dark, hot and cold, left and right, coming together in a healthy, wholesome way. And very important is I just had the beings in the center of the earth, the large beings, and I've talked about them in the past. They manifest as these large energies, I guess, large beings. And they represent, but they actually are pure light energy. They just manifest they manifest into whatever they need to be to protect the heart of Mother Earth. But they represent fire, water, air, and earth. And then I represent ether. And so they came in very strong just now, and they are showing solidarity, and they're showing unification at the heart of Mother Earth. And they are also showing gratitude. And they just did this, which is very interesting, that the positive energy has pushed out the negative energy off of Mother Earth. And they're showing like a healthy ecosystem. And they're showing themselves shrink. So they don't need to be as ominous or intimidating, because Mother Earth is not being threatened like she was before. So they're shrinking in size. That's what they're showing me, that they're shrinking in size. And they're telling me my work has only just begun. And they're telling me they support me. And they're saying they're always by my side. And they just said that the raptors and the beings in the water represent 3 levels of Mother Earth. So they are at the heart. I think the water is just outside the heart, and then the raptors represent the earth outside that water. So these 3 layers of heart, water, earth. And he just said eventually humans on the surface will represent air. And so I just said, who will represent fire? Let's see what they say. And so they said the wisdom we carry is the fire of this world. Eventually, the emotions that will be shared with all beings on this world will unify air, water, earth, fire, and ether in all beings. And then move out into the universe. And so I'm not going to really talk much more, but they're saying this is not a time for, they're not going to say what's happening next. Because the energy's, first of all, because the energy's shifting so much. Next, because they're saying they're not ready for it. They're not ready for that information. And this is coming from the Raptor Shaman. And everyone must find their own truths. They cannot be looking to others to tell them what that truth is. And so as this next transition happens, it's really important for people to look within themselves to find their truths, to know how they will move forward. And as soon as they have an idea, just an idea of how they're going to move forward from a place of love and light and goodness, and how they're going to create balance and unification on this world and empower themselves, that's when they will be ready to receive more information. But to give that information now is premature. And so he just did this, and he said, we love you, we support you. We are always with you. And then he gave me this. And the beings of the water give me this. And then they all do this. 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 And this. All right, that's it. Thank you.